The guy that opens the door and lets you in is not nearly as beefy and intimidating as his voice let on from the other side of the heavily barred door. You can tell he's doing like a gruff kind of voice, but he opens the door and he's reasonable sized, like 6'2", but just a guy, not like a big security guard or anything. Closes the door behind you, and you find yourself in this very narrow vestibule with an inner door that is lined with like stained glass panelings on the inside. And then there's like a coat closet and things here. If you wanted to, have garments to remove and take your big muddy boots off, things like that.
I wear a poncho.
And that's it?
Yeah. I just kind of look around and then I'm like, why do you have a stained glass door on the inside of your house? It doesn't look like it would reflect any light.
Come with me, please.
Okay.
Lead you
Clop, clop, clop.
around the corner past this big dining table, which is very ornate. There's this beautiful crystal chandelier hanging above it, and everything is pretty elegant. All the chairs are adorned with these like big sculpted elk horns surrounding the table, and there's this beautiful window of lattice work and iron and glass that's looking back out onto the road. It's definitely more impressive on the inside, but he leads you past that and into this kind of a parlor sitting area where there's some very elegant couches surrounding a table, and a nice fire that is quietly buzzing away as fires buzz. And there is a older, kind of like mid-50s lady who's dressed very finely. She's got her hair done up and a very tall and wide kind of a bun, like almost like wings. And she's dressed very finely. She's just kind of lounging on one of these couches and reading maybe like a newspaper or a leaflet or some kind of flyer or something. She acknowledges you come in, and she stands up and she says, "Oh, thank you very much, Alder. You can go now." So, it's so nice that you could come and talk to me so quickly. My name is Fiona. What's your name?
Ashen Ram?
Ashen.
What's the job that you wanted me to do?
Oh, well, I have had my servants keep an eye out for newcomers into Vlecki, and anyone that caught their attention as to being good people, I wanted them to bring them by so I can have a word with them. Well, first of all, how long have you been in Vlecki?
Like 3 hours.
Oh my goodness, you are so new. And has anything struck you as rather strange yet?
Not really.
You haven't by chance been by the town square yet, have you? You have not.
No. I just kind of asked around for some odd jobs.
Odd jobs. Ah, okay. Oh, well, it's so good to hear that you have a zest for helping others. Good people are the qualifications I'm looking for. Because what it is that I'm going to ask is, I have to be sure of people's intentions before I make this request of them.
Okay.
Alder, will you get us some snacks ready? I want to show this young lady Ashenram something. And she gets up and she starts leading you back toward the vestibule where there's a stairway leading up. She says, how old are you?
I've seen 19 winters.
19 winters. You're a little bit older than my daughter. I'd like you to meet her.
She is probably taller than me. Ever since I blew up the church when I was, I think 16, I shrunk like 3 feet.
No, wait a minute. What? Tell me that story.
Oh, well, um, I was asked to help them with a pest problem, and I do what I always do. I kind of held out my hands and I prayed to the nature god, and a big ball of fire came out and killed all of the big rats. But then, I don't know what else occurred. I guess I didn't do it right, and I exploded.
Hmm.
And then I woke up 3 feet shorter.
And that was before or after the horns?
I've always had the horns.
Hmm. They are. I can't imagine what going through life with that much visibility would mean.
Uh, you know, my mom used to shave hers down, but she died before she could teach me, and I don't want to do it because apparently you can really hurt yourself.
Um. She takes a look around, almost as if to check that there's no one around. Then she reaches up and she lets her hair down, and like buried in these wide like ears on the bun, she has two very much smaller than yours horns herself.
Whoa, are you a tiefling too?
I I've never known what this was called.
We're called tieflings. I think that's what
Mm,
everybody calls me in like regular places, but this place is kind of weird.
yes, Valaki is truly having hard times, and
Well,
that's
no, I just thought they were kind of racist. There's like a lot of humans and not much else.
well, that is the way of things here, I suppose. But this is why I was so eager to meet you when I heard there was someone else. There was a young girl, my daughter's age, roaming about the town with horns. I just had to meet you. And
Oh,
I want to introduce you to my daughter.
sure.
Uh,
I
sh-
like making friends.
she leads you upstairs to. Upstairs is just like a long hallway with several different doors coming off of it. And she goes up to one and she knocks softly on it. She calls out, Stella, Stella, we're coming in. And she opens the
Is
door.
it Estella or Stella?
Stella.
Oh, okay.
She opens the door and steps in and closes the door behind you quickly. That's almost as like if there were like a pet or something in here that you didn't want to get out. It didn't seem malicious. But your eyes adjust to the dark quickly with the tiefling business and all. And the room has a musty smell to it. And there's an iron framed bed, which, surprise, is fitted with like leather straps and bindings on it. There are no other furnishings in the room. And kind of peeking out from the other side of the bed is a teenage girl, probably not much younger than you. She's wearing these really dirty clothes and she's like scampering around on her hands and feet. And then she jumps up on the bed and hisses at you. And she goes, "Little kitty doesn't know you. I don't like the smell of you." And she
So Ashen Ram is still smiling like she always does, but in her head she's like, "What the f is going on in here?"
the lady goes over there and sits by her and like coos at her and pets her head and says, "It's okay, Stella. She's a friend of ours. I just wanted you to say hello." And then she like nuzzles on her mom like a cat. And she starts like very loudly and not elegantly purring. She's like, and this Fiona lady gives you kind of a serious look and says, "I think our refreshments should be ready, shall we?" And she gets up and she starts leading you back downstairs.
Bye, Stella. And then I close the door.
Meow. Okay. She takes you back downstairs and kind of sighs heavily. And out there's a platter of teas and little baked waffle fry looking things.
Oh, hell yeah.
She says, "So I keep my daughter's condition a secret, but with you, I feel like I can trust you."
Well, what's wrong with her exactly? Is she like a tabaxi or is she like tabaxi blooded?
I
Is she
don't
just a I
I
don't know
don't
what
know
that.
what any of these words mean. She's a normal girl, but a very, very bad man became interested in her. And when she, very rightly so, spurned him in a fit of rage, he cursed her, and now she's like this.
Oh, was it Strahd?
Oh, heavens no, Strahd would do no such thing. It was Baron Vargas's manservant, Isaac. Baron Vargas is the Burgermeister here. Uh, he
Oh,
has...
I'm gonna need you to spell all that out for me.
The Burgermeister's henchman, Isaac Strasny. He's a violent, devilish man who, through use of demonic sorcery, broke Stella's mind.
Do you think if we uh get him to break the curse, she'll want to be friends with me?
I think that so long as he draws breath, the curse will persist.
Oh, we can just kill him. That's fine.
You moved to murder so hastily. That would save my daughter.
Well, here's the thing. Murder's not always the wrong answer. I mean, he cursed a little girl and turned her into a cat. I wouldn't do that.
And this is why I only wanted to find the most pure and heroic people to ask of this, because hiring any assassin would be one thing, but I wanted them to understand that this was for the greater good.
Oh yeah, we're not assassins. Also, those guys that I'm with are kind of just dudes that I found picking up a random job, but they all seem pretty nice. They might do it for money. I don't know if I can convince them to do it any other way. They're good people and all, but like they probably don't want to put themselves in danger if they don't have to.
No, I assure you that being in Veleki with Isaac prowling the streets they're in danger enough already.
I don't think I can convince them of that. I mean, I can try. But if they say no, I guess I could go and try to do it by myself.
Well, judging by what you said about your latent potential, I believe in you. I place my full faith in you.
That's very kind. Also, while after I've finished off munching on all the fries, I'm slowly eating the corner of my teacup.
Uh-huh.
Just like munch, munch, munch.
It doesn't look like you're the first person who has done this.
Ugh, black backwash.
Several of the dishes here have very obvious chips and are not necessarily complete. Anyway, she says, well, for whatever rewards and compensations that your group requires, once the deed is done, I'm sure we can come to an arrangement.
Oh, I can definitely sell them that.
Well, then by all means, I'll keep in touch, dear. I live here, and I have lots of friends in Veleki that if you need to pass a message along to me, I'm sure they can.
Did I ever actually get her name? I know I got Stella's name.
Fiona Wacther.
Yeah, I definitely didn't get that. Fiona Wacther. Okay. I guess I'll be leaving then.
Oh, excellent. Thank you for coming. I really appreciate this. And as a personal favor to my family, please, until Stella is in her right mind, please keep this to yourself.
But I can't tell my party, right? Because, like, I need their help.
Maybe tell her only that my daughter's in trouble. And that this man is stalking her.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, great.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
She hops up and kind of walks out. Clap, 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 clap. Walks outside.
Yep, he lets you out. Those guys are all sitting there on the porch being real weird.
Yeah, do you want to wait up in the goat? Oh, hey.
Hello.
All right, Mr. Caden, I want you to give me a D12 roll.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness.
12 wolves appear.
You guys are sitting in basically a road, and you hear, like, there's just people are around and talking, and you hear, like, just kind of echoing through a hallway pieces of conversation, and none of it is particularly interesting or worth following up on, But Caden, you hear mentioned people are having a conversation. They're talking about a village called Berez that, like, oh man, didn't that place, like, isn't it coming up on like the anniversary of when it was destroyed? And they're like, oh yeah, they're like, oh this, yeah, so you better not piss Strahd off, or woof, that kind of thing happens. And then that's basically all that you hear about it.
Ooh, no bueno. I note that down mentally for later, so when I do forget eventually, Caden remembers.
Yep. But Astrad comes back out and is definitely not possessed and harboring an evil demonic spirit.
Can you repeat that? Because you cut out and it sounded like I was harboring an evil demonic spirit.
No, that's what he
That's
said.
exactly what happened.
No problem.
Okay.
That didn't take long too, so it's getting, like, sundown will be pretty soon, as far as like how you want to agenda the rest of your day. I know that Crow wanted to go fishing, but you can't seem to find Crow, or like he never existed or something.
Yeah, I feel like that happened.
Can I get the name of the assistant one more time, Adam?
The assistant,
The Burgermeister's assistant.
Izek
One that-
Strasny.
Can you spell it?
Izek Strazni.
Okay, we need to go back to the end because I gotta tell you guys something.
Go on.
At the end.
Amen. Go on.
Will be in.
Okay, let's go.
You make it back to the Blue Water Inn. Has slowly but surely been gathering up people there that are there for a meal. There's more folks. There's some like haggard-looking wilderness dudes, rangers, druids, something like that. And there's also like a really colorful, not colorful. He's like wearing like a suit of yellow, and he's appears to be like half elven. Maybe it's the first time you've seen a non-human in this whole like realm. And he's like writing down in a journal with a glass of wine next to him. And it's just a lot more busy. So there's people in there waiting to be served. You can tell it's early.
So I want to walk the guys back to the room just so we can have a quick discussion. So
Okay.
I'm kind of just tugging them
Yeah.
along. But on the way up the stairs, I'm like, "Nice ears, pretty boy."
You would holler at him. So the stairs to the rooms are outside. You would holler at him from the balcony. He looks.
Never mind.
No, well, it's easy to do that, and it's probably funnier. But he looks up at you, and he kind of gives you a thumbs up, and he grins, and he goes back to his journal.
Okay, so are we in the room?
You are private in probably the bigger of the two rooms.
Okay, boys, listen. There was a guy a lady in that house. Her daughter got cursed by somebody. It was a Burgermeister's assistant, and she says she's willing to pay us a lot of money if we end the curse.
How much money is a lot of money?
I don't know. I didn't ask.
Well, I don't think that should matter if we're helping someone out.
It normally does matter, oddly enough.
Look, if you don't get enough, you can have my share, okay?
How bad is the curse?
I can't tell you that. She asked me not to say.
Oh,
I think she's kind of embarrassed.
oh.
What Burgermeister, by the way? There's a few of them. Like ours?
Yeah,
Our guy's a Burgermeister.
Is he here? He's part of the party now, right?
He's for the
yeah.
He's
Yeah.
like, I didn't curse anyone.
No,
It's
it's a Burgermeister's assistant, and the assistant's name is Ezekiel.
You
my
have
goodness.
I look at Ismark. I'm like, do you have an assistant named Strastry? Or
No, but the Baron Velokovich here said that a man by that name would handle setting up, or would handle getting a room ready for Irina.
That's a good sign. That's a good sign. So this guy
Right.
cursed a girl, right?
Oh, then
And
we need to
Irina's
go.
a girl,
and
right?
We need to go now because apparently he put moves on the girl, and she said no, and that's why she got cursed. I'm really worried for your hot sister. We should go now. Now.
All right.
Where are they?
Well, I can take you to the Baron's estate, but He gave me his word that Irina would be safe, and if this man is under his employ, ooh,
No.
Yeah, we should go now.
okay. Oh boy.
Quit being a butthole, okay? We're going to help people.
I'm not being a butthole.
Not you, Koo.
I was sleepy. All right, let's go.
Have we taken a rest since last fight? Nope.
No, you never have.
Yeah,
I'm fine
shit.
resource-wise. That's why I was like,
I'm
I
not.
don't think everybody is. So
I don't have my second wind.
no, I like Ash and Ram's idea. Let's kill them all. Let's go.
All right, so Ismark leads you to the Manor Estate, which is actually not the biggest house that you've seen here. And Ashenram, the Fiona's house that you were in earlier, is substantially nicer looking than this. But it is still a mansion, and it's plastered over, but the age and neglect has scarred the plaster. There are drapes covering all of the windows, and there is a big arched door, or set of double doors at the front entrance. There is a
Adam, while I was talking to Fiona, since it took like a conversation, could the guys have gotten a short rest in? I also talked amongst the town, and they were at the.
Yes, we've definitely had opportunities to short rest, not extended rest.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so we can roll hit die, get our resources back. Okay. I'm not gonna roll because I'm only missing 1 hit point.
Aiden's
that's how
good to
it
go.
goes. That's how.
You know what? Let's just see what I work on.
I get my sorcery points back after a short rest, right?
Nope.
No.
Long rest.
Okay.
Rest harder.
But I don't think you
Okay.
have sorcery points yet. You get them on level 2.
Oh, okay.
That's true. You don't even
You
have
get
it yet.
0 of 0 sorcery points back.
Yeah, I don't get rages.
And I
back
get my
until
second win back.
That times.
I get HP back. That's all I get at first level is HP.
You guys hear the tiniest violin from somewhere? It's off in the distance.
We have a job to do. Let's do it.
The doors are closed. What do you want to do?
Do we just
Sir.
knock?
Zergo goes up and
I mean,
knocks.
we can be cordial with the Burgermeister. He's not the one that cursed her.
I mean, we've been invited anyways.
He already knocked on the door, so.
Oh, okay, well.
And a short while later, you hear footsteps coming up to the door, and then a lady opens it up. She's not dressed well. She's a peasant. She says, "Oh, Master Koyanovich, I did not expect you to come back so soon. Let me bring you in to meet the Baron." She leads you through a foyer. There are piles and piles and piles of twigs bundled up, sticks, branches, and things like that, all laid out everywhere in here. It is and up and down the hallway, there's just sticks everywhere.
Zergo's gone. She's out. If you don't mind, could you also bring Mr. Strasny as well?
How do you know that name?
Didn't Azram tell us?
Ashram told you?
That specifically told us. Just said it weird.
Oh.
Yeah, and Ismark knew him, so he would have corrected her if she said her weird.
Yeah.
I'll talk to the Baron. She leads you into this nice looking foyer to chill and wait. She's like, "Wait here. Be back shortly." This is again, Ashram, this is the second nice padded, cozy waiting room you've been in here. There's padded chairs and couches. The room is carpeted, and there's like a big bear rug on the floor. And the eastern wall has apparently the head of this bear mounted on it. This angry-looking brown bear is snarling and scowling at you. And it's kind of an uncomfortable wait, but there's lots of places to sit.
Poor Fuzzy. As we're waiting, I just if it turns into too long, I'm kind of eyeing the buttons that are in the upholstery chairs. When the buttons are pushed in every 4 spaces to kind of give it a lumpy feeling. Maybe I'll eat one of those. I'm just waiting around.
You said there's sticks on the floor, right?
Not in this room, but in the hallway and in the foyer, there were a dozen or so big bundles of twigs and sticks and things of all lengths and sizes, and it looks like they've been sorted. Shortly later, a kind of another older man with long hair and that's thin on top but very thick and bushy at the bottom strolls into the room. He's wearing like armor and a cloak on, even though it's, evening, not like heavy armor, like a breastplate. And behind him, he's got these two huge dogs that kind of shoulder their way in with him.
I just lean over to
Hey, Jason,
Ashram a
service
little
spot.
bit and just ask, hey, do you know how to end the curse, or are we?
Oh, we gotta kill him.
We
The-
have to. Okay. And we just get straight up.
So guys, I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna whisper back. So guys, what are the chances there isn't a curse? And we're just supposed to kill somebody. Like I'm fine with either way, but like that's a good chance, right?
No, it's a pretty bad curse. I saw it.
I'd rather
You saw
not
it.
just kill
Yeah.
him.
The new man in here speaks up and says, Ismark, I didn't expect you back tonight. I thought you said you'd be staying at the Blue Water. Welcome, everyone, to my humble home. What can I do for you this evening?
Hi, we're looking for your assistant.
I have many servants, but the maid told me you need to speak to Izek.
Yes.
Yeah, the pervy one.
He'll be back later on tonight, I believe, but for now he's out on his rounds. He is in charge of Valakai's security.
Where'd he go?
He makes his rounds. He's in charge of Valakai's security. His personal schedule is up to him.
Alright.
Can we get a description?
Well,
We need to speak with them immediately.
he's hard to mistake. He's a tall man. His head is shaved clean, his dark skin, and his right arm is, hard to miss.
Well, I think it'd be easier to look somewhere else then.
Or how
Where
about we just check on his sister?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, Irene, where is she?
Irina? She's with my wife in the parlor. Help yourselves.
Nice.
A part of me is wondering if we should just inform this guy maybe how bad his assistant actually is. We haven't actually met him yet, so maybe afterwards. I don't know.
I have no idea whose information is correct yet. We can
Yeah,
inform
that's the
people
thing.
we want.
Can I do kind of an investigation or an insight on this guy as to his demeanor towards us specifically?
Make an insight check.
By the way, why were we told he wanted to see us anyways? Because I remember he said, hey, the Burgermeister wants to see you. But did he ever say a reason? Because I know Ismark mentioned that.
Ismark did mention it, but he just said he wanted to meet with you because you were new. All right, Ashton Ram. He's surprised that you're here tonight, and but he doesn't seem to be immediately hiding anything.
This dude is hard to read.
Yeah, he leads you basically just immediately across the hall, and he knocks on the door and opens it. And this room is crowded with people. There's a chandelier of iron with wax candles hanging above, burning brightly. And there are a bunch of women in here, all of various different ages, and they're all wearing like faded but nice clothes. And they're all drinking tea, and there's a big cake in front of them. And there is another woman who is substantially better dressed than everyone else, who's just kind of beaming at all the people here. She's like standing behind one of the other women. She's got her hand on her shoulder, and she's talking. You interrupt her as she's talking about how excited she is to begin decorations for the impending festival and things. The Baron speaks up and says, "My dear Lydia, Ismark is back to check on his sister. You take a look amongst the crowd, and Irina is sitting here, kind of politely munching on some cheese."
Ooh, cheese.
The Baroness, once you guys get into the room, it's kind of crowded in here now, but she says, "Oh, it's so nice to meet you all. Thank you for coming. Irina is a joy, an absolute treat, and I'm so happy to have her staying under my roof.
Ashen Ram has just been looking at this chandelier, and she's just like, does that wax ever fall on anybody? It seems kind of dangerous.
No, it's never been a problem before. We have people to take care of that kind of thing.
Hi, Irina. She like waves.
Hello. Oh, I have a picture now that you've met the husband and the wife and the dogs. Here's the Valokoviches.
Oh my goodness.
Wow, they.
Whoa, that dude's forehead.
They don't like
like it's out of state. What the?
That Vegeta hairline.
Hey, man, what was that PS2 game? Like the had Abe. What the hell was that? Abe's Odyssey or something like that. Like he looks like a character from
He
PS2
looks like
game,
a mudluck.
Yeah, is that what they're called?
Something like that.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Mudakin.
Yeah, he straight up looks like one.
We just wanted to say hi. We were looking for someone else.
Hmm.
Bye.
Well, actually, if we could talk to Irina for a moment in private, that'd be great. I say to try to wave her to us.
Well, sure, no problem. The Baron says, before you go, please meet with me back in the den, and I'd love to have a word with you. It's strangers to Valleki are uncommon occurrences. And he, kisses his wife on the cheek, and he leaves the room.
Will do.
Irina's like, hi, what is up?
Oh, so I assume we took it to the side, like to a different room?
Yeah. You can talk to her in the hallway if you like, yeah.
Okay.
Listen,
I want to take a look around before we actually start saying weird shit.
Oh yeah, for spy shit, like eyes in the paintings.
Well,
and stuff.
There is the maid that let you in, and it seems like she is busy with these bundle of sticks and things. You can put some physical distance between you and her without going into any other rooms. But if she is making a point to eavesdrop, she could probably hear you.
Alright.
Only if she's like actively trying to. Like if you're just
Is she actively trying to?
Doesn't look like it. Make an insight check.
Hold on. I give her a gold and it's like, hey lady, can I have a private conversation with my friend real quick? Can you come back in like 5 minutes?
I'm rich. I time for retirement. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Yeah, she goes upstairs.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Okay. Irina, listen. We were tasked with finding this guy's assistant named Isaac Strahdcast or whatever. Apparently he's a pervy perv, so I don't know, watch your back. He's not here though. Apparently he's gonna come back later.
Oh, all right. I'll be on guard. And she like taps her rapier.
Oh man, if you kill him, that would solve both our problems.
I'm not letting anyone come after me without putting up a fight.
I knew I liked you.
So have you met him yet, by the way? Because he was supposed to set up like your lodging, I think.
I haven't. No. Apparently they're gonna put me in a spare room off of the master bedroom. I haven't seen it yet because apparently it's not ready.
That's all I had, guys.
It's still a few hours before I need to, before I'll be put down to bed. So I'm sure that when he arrives, it's them moving a bed. I'm not sure. So these logistics are my host's responsibilities, and I am just grateful for them.
You know what would be the best idea? Well, no, never mind. That's a dumb idea, because then she would be wanted by everybody. No, I was going to say Irina could just stab him, and then she could live in Fiona's house. But then I was like, no, because then the Burgermeister would be pretty mad if she stabbed him over here.
Well, from what I understand from overhearing, there's the Baron is somewhat overzealous about dispensing justice.
What do you mean?
He was invited me to tour the town square to see the festival preparations, and he made a point to mention that it's so good that we can speak well of all the future happiness to come to Valleki, and that I got the sense that he doesn't like people questioning the state of things, as it were.
Well, you have to question things gives you more answers and lets you know more about the world. Why doesn't he want you to question stuff? What a weirdo.
What, his ways are his ways.
Well, it sounds like we need to go check out the town square. Maybe we'll find that other guy over there.
Or we could talk to the Burgermeister before we leave.
Yeah,
Boogermeister.
it'd probably be a bad idea to just go and kill him without telling them what's going on.
The more time we waste here, the more likely we're gonna just meet the guy here.
Or without any proof of what's actually happening. We haven't even spoken to the man. We're
Yeah,
planning
we
on
have
killing him.
no idea what's happening. Apparently, there's a curse that only Ashen Ram knows of and refuses to tell other people. So,
No,
there's that.
okay, listen. Does anybody have... Never mind. Look, the daughter was cursed and she's underage and the mom's really protective and doesn't want anybody to know about it, okay? That's all it is.
These adventuring men don't understand girl problems.
No, apparently not.
Well, she seems alright. They seem alright.
I mean, I'll feel terrible if I kill a man who's done nothing. And
Well, then you don't have to. I'll do it.
I feel terrible if I let a man die who did nothing wrong.
I think you're very untrusting of people, and that's going to give you a very lonely life. No wonder you're 50 and not married.
I'm actually very trusting of people, and that's why I trust this man to do nothing wrong. I don't.
Well, that just makes you ignorant then.
Got him.
I feel a contradiction here, but
I mean, who's more ignorant? The person who walked into a stranger's house, who had no idea what they were going to do with them, and then trusted them off of word of mouth alone.
Again, it wasn't word of mouth. I saw it myself. And two, it wasn't ignorant. I just like to explore, and I know I can put myself at risk, and I'm fine with that. It's not ignorance, it's just choice.
I think we should find some more proof before we go out on a manhunt.
Okay, you do that. I'll go do this.
I'm gonna go talk to the Burgermeister because he wouldn't talk to us anyways. I say as I leave everyone.
Again, we should probably tell him what's going on.
So many NPCs.
Yeah, no, I was gonna do that. I'm talking about not doing the job at all, is what I mean. But yeah, I'll go follow Ku.
Irina goes back to the party, like the dinner party. The Burgermeister Baron, he introduces himself and says, "Sorry, we came in with such haste and hurry. I wasn't able to introduce myself." He bows deeply and says, "I am Baron Vargas Valokovich, and my family has ruled Valeki for as long as I can remember."
Is it a hard job?
No, I assure you, it's quite easy, but the Valekians make it hard.
It's not an easy job. Why are the contradictions happening today? Good Lord.
The oppressive weight of Strahd's grasp, it cowers our happiness. And all will be well. All we need to do is look to the silver linings and keep smiles on our faces. That happiness will repel Strahd's dark grasp.
Are you like 100% sure about that?
Absolutely. What else can we do?
You got a point there.
I don't think you're wrong there.
Yeah.
Tell me, what is it that brings you to Valeki? I know that well, I should say, now that you've delivered Irina here safely, what are your future plans?
Well, first, tell us about this assistant yours, Izek.
Izek is a loyal and dedicated servant of mine. I adopted him when he was young. Ever since then, he's been loyal to me and lived here in my home. He's a rather large man and rather imposing, so I keep him busy with ensuring Valekian safety.
Is he by any chance proficient with making curses or anything?
I'm sure he's been at the receiving end of several muttered under people's breath. He's not a friendly sort, I promise you that, but I believe he's a good man. I can't imagine such a thing.
So is he more of a wielder of swords or a wielder of spells?
Well, when he says
my good friend's trying to get out here.
When he says that he's a good man, can I do insight check on that to see if he's like lying to us?
Go for it.
Nah, I'm trusting. I believe in him.
He may have thought himself that saying good man was a stretch. Maybe like he is a dependable man. You definitely get the sense that saying he is a good man might be stretching things. Should be coming back any moment now, actually. He tends not to linger about town after dark. He'll check in with me before doing anything else and give me any reports. Please, let's wait and we'll all have words with him together.
I'm fine with that. Also, do you know anything about wine wizards?
The Wizards of Wine, yes. What of them? It's where we've been getting our family supplies for years, but it's not an area of my immediate concern. I have people for that.
I just heard the shipments are been delayed recently. I was wondering if you, perchance, knew anything about it.
I'm sure if it was a problem, I'd hear of it, but we don't have problems here in Valaki.
Oh, that's
Why not? Every place has got problems.
Well, problems lead to sadness, and sadness leads to Strahd.
What exactly do you know about Strahd?
The devil that oppresses my people is a
Yes.
It's a powerful figure that has cursed this land and all those who live in it. So, unfortunately, he's no ally of mine.
I mean, do you have any other information about him? Where he comes from? Why he's doing the things he's doing?
Well, I believe he has a castle at the top of the hill overlooking the village of Barovia. I think he lives there.
Yes, but I mean, where's he come from before that? Did he just?
He's always been there. Strange question.
So he's born in Barovia. He's from.
I think a better way to say it would be he is Barovia. My great grandfather spoke of Strahd. He's been here, like he is eternal.
Oh.
Ismark is like kind of nodding his head in a defeated way.
So he's not human, at least.
Nothing about that monster is human. Speaking of definitely humans, the door is opening up and this large man, very dark skinned, strolls in. And the first thing you notice about him is his right arm is this red, spiky, spiny, like claw with long black nails that's just kind of like torn out of a shirt. And the burgomaster says, Isaac, these men were waiting for you.
I'm a girl.
He strolls into the room. He does not look friendly. He's kind of imposing. Here's a picture of this man.
I just look up at him and I'm like, nice fur. Did you shave it yourself?
No, I not. What is this about?
Oh, I look at the ram.
Ram?
The ram.
The Ashen Ram?
Yes.
Okay, well, I will go to bed if no one has things to say. And the burgomaster says,
I have a quick question. Sorry. Do you know a girl named Stella?
Stella. No.
Okay.
Can I insight that to see if he actually...
Yeah, I think we all want to insight that.
Okay, let's make some insights. 10, 9, 17, and Ashen Ram.
Ooh. SMH.
Alright, lots of things here. Zergil and Ko. Not sure either way. Ashen Ram, he's definitely lying because of how long it took him to answer. Caden, you get the sense not that he's lying, just that he's kind of slow. Like he was genuinely like Stella, who like cataloging in his mind.
Ashen Ram, do you have any descriptions of your friend? No, I guess not. You wouldn't want to describe.
She's a teenage girl about my age. Does she look like her mom or no? Can you get off me, please?
A little bit.
I kind of vaguely describe the way her mom looks, but like, because I don't want to like put a target on their back in front of the burgomaster as somebody that might be a problem.
Yeah, and Isaac is like Stella who?
don't have a last name. Just wondering. Sorry.
Don't you have?
Still a nobody. Okay. Baron shrugs.
I would like to divine sense at this moment in time.
Divine sense.
Casting a spell in the middle
Presence
of the
of strong evil monsters.
Very cool. It's not a spell?
It's
Oh,
not
no.
a spell.
Oh, nice.
It's a class feature.
Paladin thing. Basically, he just kind of like smells the air.
It
Sniff, sniff, sniff.
smelled like stinky bad guy.
Oh.
No, it doesn't. No, these guys are not any of those types.
I'm curious. How'd you get that arm?
Found it.
Oh wait, you can put on arms?
Found
Where
it.
did you find it?
Private matter. Mr. Valokovich is all right. Is Izek? I can see that. I need to let me step in here. Do you mind getting Petrina's guest or spare room ready? We have a guest staying with us. And he says, "As you wish." And he kind of gives you guys like a real long side eye, kind of like he is kind of noting who you are, and then he steps out of the room.
I think that went well.
Did it?
I think so. He had questions. We asked questions. He gave some kind of answers. I think it went well.
Velokovich says, Veleki welcomes you with open arms. Be cheerful, be happy, all is well. There will be a festival coming up in 3 days, and I would invite you as guests of honor if your attendance is highly desired.
Why are we guests of honor?
Well, you're my guests, and I would like to honor you.
Oh. Different
Okay.
context. Okay.
I like how this sounds. If I'm here in 3 days, so we'll attend.
Wait, why are we highly anticipated?
Are you? I just wanted to capitalize on you being here. It's good for morale if the villagers can see brave heroes.
I also don't think there's many. I don't think they get many guests either.
Well, I have preparations to attend to. I'll have my maid see you out, or please help yourselves out the door, or whatever suits your purposes. I need to be prepared for the Festival of the Burning Sun. I wish you well, and all will be well. And the Baron also strolls out of the room along with his dogs.
Okay. Once we leave, I'm gonna go visit Fiona again.
Oh boy.
As we're leaving, I would like to mention, is like, guys, seeing as he hasn't had a chance to actually meet, seeing as he hasn't actually had a chance yet to meet the person we're worried about, we probably should try in the morning again and see if any weird shit happens at night, because it looks like nothing weird's happened yet.
I thought we were leaving on the morrow.
Yeah, that's still the plan. But we could check in the early in the morning. That's what I got.
Yeah,
Everything seems alright still.
I'm fine with that. I head back to the inn.
I ask him, do you want company?
Sure, but I don't know if she's gonna let you in.
I doubt it. I say as I walk with you.
Okay. It's like, let's meet up. Zogel want to go with her too, just in case.
Sure. All right, back to Fiona Wachter's house. This time there's no answer at the door. But it's also like post sundown. You guys spent like an hour at the Burgermaster's house.
I knock a little louder. I really don't want to enter her house without at least being invited in.
No answer. It's a big enough house to where, like, you imagine that if people were asleep on the far end of the house, it's sensible that they don't hear it.
Okay. I don't know what to do.
I look at Ashley.
Zogo's going to start yelling, "Hello, you there?"
I look at Ashley and say, "You're right. They didn't let me in, but they also didn't let any of us in."
Yeah.
What a twist!
I'll go see her tomorrow, I think.
Okay. Let's see. Where's the Burgermeister's house?
It's on the south. It's the south middle by the cul-de-sac.
We gotta get solid lodging for ourselves.
You already got it. You paid for it.
Oh no, I mean
full-time lodging.
For eternity. So that's why we gotta do the wine thing. Say, all right. As we're walking back, because we obviously weren't let in. All right, so we check up again tomorrow on the Burgermeister. If you want, we can swing by this chick's place. Fiona, I think you said her name was. and then we gotta go see the wine wizards because we need that lodging.
Ismark says I hesitate to get involved in Valekian politics like this.
Okay, then you don't have to come.
All right.
I don't want to force anybody.
Truly, if this girl is in danger, then we should help her.
Yeah, but if nobody's gonna help me, I'll just do it myself.
I will go with you then.
Oh, okay.
Well,
But
I'll help
I
too.
do want to talk to Fiona tomorrow.
Damn,
I'll help too.
This Fiona person, I wonder about her and the Burgermaster as well. The Burgermaster strikes me as odd. Did you get that sense talking to him? It can't be just
Yeah,
me.
I think he thinks that all smiles will heal everything, and that's just blatant poisonous optimism.
yeah, he strikes me as the kind of guy that nothing goes wrong, even when it's on fire.
This is fine. Well, maybe with fresh heads in the morning, we'll think more highly of it.
Maybe.
Are you guys gonna go into the tavern or just up to your rooms?
I go up to my room and sleep on anything.
I want to go meet the elf guy with the nice ears.
The elf guy with the nice ears. When you go into the tavern, you're expecting to hear, cool music, somebody trying to catch coins playing a song, and like loud and boisterous laughter. But that's not going on. It's very quiet and still in there because the half elf has got a chair up on a table, and he has the entire tavern enthralled with this story he is telling. And you're coming in right in the middle of it, so you're not 100% sure what he's talking about. But he says, and that's why we keep the wheels on the inside, and everybody bursts into laughter, and you don't know what's going on. And then
Yeah, I don't know.
people, some drinks come into him, a couple of, copper and electrum pieces make themselves known, and, get pressed, onto the table, and he chuckles and sits down and starts to relax and shake his hands like where you just kind of like wiggle your hands back and forth like you're drying them because you don't have a towel. And he settles down, and then the tavern goes kind of back to normal.
Did I meet anyone decent in the tavern while I was there?
Oh, you were probably listening to this whole big story.
Oh, nice, make the story.
Yeah, give me a history check. The history of what happened. This man, you learned his name was Rictavio, and he was telling a tale about traveling through this winding mountain pass with his circus troupe, and they were attacked by mountain bears, but rather than having to fight them off, they used their circus tricks to train them, and then suddenly the bears joined the circus. People were very interested in that.
Oh yes, wheels. Wheels.
So that's what you know about this guy, and give me another D12 roll. People are talking about this upcoming Festival of the Blazing Sun, and that they're like, oh my gosh, I am getting sick of these. It's been years. And when you press further, you learn that people that speak poorly of the festivals are declared traitors in league with the devil Strahd and arrested and thrown into stocks. Some of them are taken to the Burgermaster's house directly so that they can be cleansed of evil.
I just want to talk to one of the people that are talking about this festival. What exactly does this festival do? What's in this festival? Why do you guys do it every?
We sometimes twice a week, every few days, the Burgermaster has us throw these lavish festivals. It claims to keep our spirits up, like that's possible. We just finished. He digs around into a pocket or something, or goes up to a tavern wall to find it. It presents a flyer and is like, "Look, this was 2 days ago. It was the Festival of the Wolf's Head or something." And he gives you a this. Come one, come all to the greatest celebration of the year, the Wolf's Head Jamboree. Attendance and children required. Pikes will be provided. All will be well.
Children required. What did he do with the children?
Nothing. They just had to be there.
And then I'm guessing that's what the wolf heads outside are for, and just motions outside the door, and
He
literally all of.
He sponsored a big hunt and had us collect as many wolf heads as we could to celebrate our triumph over the wilds.
Well, what? Do you know if there's any purpose behind it other than supporting high morale?
Madness, I suppose.
I'm sorry for questioning you so much. I just have one last one. You said that I overheard someone saying that the people who speak bad about it happen to disappear, and I just leaned closer just so I'm not heard as loud or as like so other people don't hear me. Like, what happens to the people that disappear? Do they ever come back? Or
Yes, usually.
is there anything off about the people who return?
They don't question the festivals anymore. Not in public, anyway. I think I think the burgomaster has them learn to fear his henchmen more than they do Strahd.
Do you happen to know anyone that's come back from his dungeon?
It's not a secret. He's.
I mean, do you happen to know of anyone who came back? I just want to maybe question them a little bit. I'm new here, and obviously I don't want to go through the same things they do, so it's best to ready myself and warn and get as much warning as possible.
I make a charisma check. Persuasion. This person you're talking to says, well, I don't want to betray any of these people's trust in their privacy, but if you want to know more, go to St. Andrew's Church and speak to Father Lucian Petrovich. People confess their pains and sins to him, not to me.
Thank you for all the information and help you've provided. And you know what? I'll buy you a drink for it. And I flag down someone who can get me a drink. One of the kids, right?
Yeah, the kids are working. It's a busy night. The kids are on duty.
I'll buy this guy 1 gold piece worth of whatever they have. Wine.
Thank you. I'll go retire now. Yeah, it's all wine.
And I go upstairs and retire for the night.
You're sleeping in a building, and the night passes without any incident. I need Ashen Ram to make a Constitution saving throw, and I need Ku to make a survival check.
Did I survive? Let's see.
This is considered a long rest, so we get a hit die.
This is a long rest, yeah. Your first day in Barovia. The first most important thing is Ashen Ram. You feel a little queasy, but not sick. It's like something doesn't agree with your stomach.
Probably all the plates and stuff.
Ku, there's you notice, and it's not like concerning, but you notice that there's like ants in the room, and you can't figure out where they came from. Like this many ants, you're like, there's probably a line of ants coming in from somewhere, and you're trying to trace it just because you're a curious kind of person. But you don't know where they came from. They're just in here. Maybe you should talk to housekeeping.
This is a lot of ants. Right?
It's not like a swarm or a concerning amount. It's just like, I should call somebody. And then when you get curious about it, they're not coming in from a window. There's not like a line through the door or anything. You just ants, Ant-Man.
It's a disturbing amount of ants for no
particular reason.
Yeah, for no particular reason. Huh. All right. Well, whenever we do, I'm not saying we leave right away, but whenever we do leave, I definitely will mention this to one of the two in the front, not the children.
They're like, huh. All right. We'll take care of it.
Yes, please. Well, if everybody's ready in the morning, I'd say you'll want to go ahead and check on his sister.
The half-elf dude comes down the interior stairs with you along in the morning, and he's like, stretching and yawning, and says, I didn't know that we had more guests. That's exciting. I'll welcome. Glad I have company in the Blue Water Inn. Erwin, I'll be on my way. How's everything going? Erwin is like, things are fine. The half elf or Rictavio, you know his name now. Rictavio says, all right, well, I'll see you later. I'm off to start my day up. And he, kind of gives you guys another thumbs up and checks out.
All right. If nobody's opposed, I assume we want to check on the Burgermeister real quick. Make sure everything's all good in there. Make sure nothing's on fire, and then we probably should head out. And either hit up Fiona like Ashton ran once, or go secure lodging for eternity by fighting the Wizards of One. Anybody opposed?
Not me.
All right. Off to the Burgermeister.